Building real financial security is not about finding the perfect stock or timing the market. It is about following a logical sequence of steps that stack guaranteed returns before chasing uncertain ones. The foundation begins with an emergency fund, and research from Vanguard confirms just how psychologically powerful even a modest buffer can be. People with at least $2,000 saved had financial well-being scores 21% higher than those with nothing set aside, the largest boost linked to any single financial factor measured. That number is not life-changing wealth, but the mental security it provides changes how you make every other financial decision. Once that buffer exists, the next priority is eliminating all high-interest debt before a single dollar goes toward investing, and high interest means anything above roughly 8% annually. Credit card debt, with average rates exceeding 22%, is the clearest example of a financial trap that quietly destroys wealth faster than almost any investment can build it. Carrying that kind of debt while simultaneously investing is mathematically self-defeating, like running a marathon with a backpack full of rocks. Paying off a debt charging 22% is functionally identical to earning a guaranteed 22% return, which outperforms even Warren Buffett's long-term average. The most efficient approach is the debt avalanche method. List every debt by interest rate, pay the minimum on all of them, and direct every available extra dollar toward the highest rate balance first. Some prefer the debt snowball method, targeting the smallest balances first for the motivational boost of quick wins, but the avalanche approach saves the most money over time. There is, however, one critical exception to the rule of eliminating debt before investing, and it changes the entire order of operations. If an employer offers matching contributions to a retirement plan, contributing enough to capture the full match should happen before finishing off high-interest debt. The reason is simple arithmetic. Employer matching represents an immediate 100% return on contributions up to the match limit. Even against 22% credit card interest, a guaranteed 100% return wins. A typical arrangement might offer 50 cents on every dollar contributed up to 6% of salary, meaning a $50,000 earner who contributes $3,000 immediately receives $1,500 from their employer before a single market gain occurs. No other investment can guarantee that kind of instant return. The correct move is to contribute just enough to capture the full match, redirect remaining cash flow to debt elimination, and then increase retirement contributions once the debt is gone. One caveat worth understanding is vesting schedules. Some employers require several years of service before matching funds are fully owned by the employee, so knowing that timeline matters before assuming the full benefit is locked in. With an emergency fund secured, high-interest debt eliminated, and employer matching captured, the next phase shifts to tax optimization. Most people skip this zone entirely and rush into taxable brokerage accounts when they should be exhausting every tax-advantage vehicle available first. The individual retirement account comes before adding more money to a 401k beyond the match, primarily because an IRA offers far greater investment flexibility and dramatically lower fees than most employer-sponsored plans. Corporate 401k menus are often limited to actively managed mutual funds, charging 1% to 2% annually, while an IRA allows investment in low-cost index funds and ETFs with fees measured in fractions of a percent. Over decades, that fee difference compounds into tens of thousands of dollars of lost wealth. For 2025, the IRA contribution limit is $7,000, or $8,000 for those aged 50 and older. After maxing the IRA, contributions return to the 401k up to the annual limit of $23,500, or $31,000 for those eligible for catch-up contributions. The choice between traditional and Roth versions of these accounts comes down to one question. Is your current tax rate higher or lower than the rate you expect to face in retirement? Traditional accounts provide a deduction today, but tax withdrawals later. Roth accounts tax contributions now, but allow completely tax-free withdrawals in retirement. Younger earners in lower brackets generally benefit from Roth accounts, while high earners near peak income years often benefit more from traditional accounts. For anyone uncertain, splitting contributions across both creates tax diversification. If a high-deductible health plan is available, a health savings account may be the most underutilized financial tool in existence, offering a tax deduction on contributions, tax-free growth while invested, and tax-free withdrawals for qualified medical expenses. No other account type delivers all three benefits simultaneously. Maxing an HSA